Va salute. This is Troy Pacelli of Last Call, and I'm just here to let you know that the following live stream is rated R for adult language, highly inappropriate jokes, and oh, who the are we kidding? We have no idea what is going to come out of Gorilla's mouth. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Waltons review where we are reviewing the Thoroughbred. And I gotta say, with that intro, the funniest part about it is we rated R for our language there and our jokes, but we beeped out the swear word. I gotta really take Trent Pacelli with that. With me, I got Resolute Germ. How are you doing?
Not too bad. How you doing, Gorilla?
We got a 3-day blizzard coming in. Oh, wait, I better correct. Someone's got to correct me. We got a 3-day winter storm coming in, but the winter storm, the wind mile per hour is 5 miles per hour below the what's considered a blizzard conditions. So pretty much a blizzard.
Well, you'll catch up on your snowfall for a year.
Oh, we're supposed this storm is supposed to triple what we've got this year.
Wow. So next to nothing compared to nothing.
Well, they're talking at least a foot or two. Yeah, how are you doing, PvP?
Oh, not bad. Just had one of those crazy busy days where things kind of just got, one thing led to another thing led to another, and I just got so busy. That's why I asked if you could, start the stream a little bit later than usual, because I was falling behind. But yeah, it all worked out. Overall, it was a pretty productive day. I actually got some stuff I needed to do done today. So overall, it was a good day. So I can't complain.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
There.
So is that going to be difficult for you driving to work there, Gorilla, if you got a blizzard on the highway?
They'll shut us down. They'll shut the roads down.
Oh, they'll give you you'll get a day off or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what my vacation time's for, not for going on actual vacations, but
well, there's no point in risking your safety driving on a road if you can't see where you're going, I guess. So, yeah.
Well, it depends on what you're going for. Work? No. Getting late? Maybe, depending on who it is.
Speaking of getting laid, I think there was a little bit of innuendo in this episode that might be in the cards for John Boy.
Well, here, let's say hi to our chat here.
Far future.
Yeah. Hello, Suzanne. Welcome. She says, I'm here, girl at PvP. Welcome. And he said, thanks, hi. And if you're looking to super chat or support the stream, I put the stream elements in there for you. I also do got a poll running in the chat if you want to vote on our poll.
I did that already, actually.
All right. So we'll start out with our prologue like we normally do. Walton's Mountain meant many things to my family. It was a source of food as before we took game from its forests and fish from its streams. It was a refuge in time of trouble and a link with the history of our family's past, and once it became a setting for a race that none of us would ever forget. All right. Yeah, a race that nobody's going to forget that happens every single year. Apparently, it's the one race that no one's going to forget.
Maybe he was referring to the outcome of this race, like, in hindsight kind of thing.
What that a bastard mule beat a thoroughbred?
Yeah, I think he's maybe just being specific about what happened this time on, this event as to this race. But I'm just speculating.
Yeah, and Suzanne says hello to Germ. Now the term thoroughbred, what the real term should have been is purebred, but that just doesn't have the same ring to it. So it is a horse that's specifically bred for breeding or for racing and stuff. But I guess
would be the right word.
Yeah, but purebred's not doesn't catch it like as thoroughbred.
Yeah,
and hey, pick
something bit different.
Yeah. And hey, Pickles, how's it going? Welcome, welcome.
Hello, LDG.
ALDG.
So yeah, so skip, and it's directed by Harry Harris. There, um, I think that's new for him here. This one was written by. Oh, this one had two writers. Oh, okay, this explains a lot. This had two writers, Michael Rusnow and Tony Caden.
Hmm.
That explains a lot right there.
Why did you find the story too convoluted or something, Gorilla?
Yeah, it's not convoluted. It's just compared to the last two episodes. It had a different feel to it.
Oh, it definitely had a different feel
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Oh,
story A and story B didn't overlapped a little bit much, so it didn't quite mesh.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
actually kind of enjoyed it, but I'll go into that later. I don't want to give spoilers away or nothing.
Yeah. So that says hello to LDG. All right. So yeah, they get. He runs into John there. He goes, "Yeah, you're up for the task." Yeah, yeah. So they decide to race. So
Hmm.
they got old Blue and John racing into that raggedy old bucket there, and John obviously beats Blue, but apparently Blue was giving them a run for their money. And they're talking about they should enter the old truck in their race there, and yeah. And Elizabeth has to ask, what's a truck? How can a truck enter a horse race? Well,
How
actually,
can a
about
mule enter a horse race?
the
He's only half qualified.
yeah, well, they said it.
There's some point where they say if it has 4 legs, it can enter the race. I believe so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I would go import myself a cheetah from Africa. Beat this, you fuckers!
Yeah, but you'd have to
If
put
you
a
can get
saddle on
someone
it.
to ride that, that would be something impressive.
You'd have to get a really tiny jockey to ride a cheetah. I think, Gorilla.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I can. Pretty sure I can find a midget or two.
Okay, I'm not going to comment on
And then you'd have
that.
one fat cheetah about 10
Hey.
minutes later.
Hey, PvP, you're not gonna touch that with the 2-foot pole?
Yeah, you got that right. Oh man, we're off to a good start, I think, Gorilla.
Like I said,
How does the Waltons bring this out of us? I don't get it. It's such a wholesome show, and we always manage to go off on some weird directions at some point. But that's all good. So
yeah, because I'm an asshole.
well, no, you're not an asshole. You're hilarious.
So
I'm sure need that Spaceballs clip.
I'm sure we got a few good ones coming up here anyway. This episode did provide a little bit of fodder here and there for some commentary.
well, Jeremy, if you can find it, you can add it to the clips list. So anyhow, all right. So they had Blue here. He's not too fond of the saddle. You know how they actually had a neat trick for this thing. That mule there is actually scared of camels, so they have a camel on set there. So when it was time for Blue to run away, they just brought the camel out, and the horse ran away from the camel.
Is that actually true, or are you making that up?
It's not true. It is absolutely 100% true. You want to see my proof?
They actually had a camel? Sure.
Yeah, right here under general trivia.
Just because it's in the general trivia section doesn't make it true.
But in the first minutes of the episode, John Boy attempts to put a saddle on Blue, the mule, only to have the mule turn and run away. According to Judy Norton, for some reason, the mule was afraid of camels. The crew brought a camel onto the set and kept it hidden until the scene was filmed. And then when it came time for the mule to run, brought the camel out of hiding. The mule took one look at the camel and ran away.
Well, if Judy Norton, Mary Ellen in the series said that, then she was probably there, and I could I could give that some credibility if Judy Norton's actually saying that, because she seems like an honest enough kind of person.
Yeah. Oh,
Because I am sub to her channel, and she's got a pretty cool channel here on YouTube, actually, guys.
yeah. So if anybody would know, it'd probably be Judy Norton.
Yeah, I think she's probably actually she could be telling the truth there. Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
I still give it 50-50.
Yeah.
Oh well, 50-50 is better than nothing, I guess.
All right. So they're all chasing after Blue to go get her back, you know. And it turns out that John Boy actually made a friend. Whoever this guy, he apparently just moved to the area. He's in New York.
I don't know if I call him
No,
a
but
We could
friend.
just call him Preppy.
He's an acquaintance, but I don't know how friendly. Well, I guess he becomes more friendly as the episode goes on, but he's pretty stuck up on himself. Like, you know, he's like
Yeah,
a big city boy, you know.
Yeah, well, everybody John Boy meets is a friend to John Boy, so
Well,
except for that one asshole.
John Boy's got that kind of personality that he can kind of get along. He kind of figures people out because he's pretty intelligent, and he kind of figures people out pretty fast if he wants to, know them or not. And he's quite good at befriending people because he's that kind of likable guy, right? So makes sense.
Yeah. So
Besides,
So
he's
Barry-
giving this guy a ride home or something, isn't he? Because his
yeah,
car died.
yeah, and he actually had what was it, Chrysler 6 or Chrysler 7?
So you're talking ritzy car back then?
Yeah.
Well, not top of the line, but up there.
Beyond John Boy's price range, I'm guessing.
Well, if he can afford a purebred horse, then he can afford a nice car.
Well, I remember when we were watching the car episode where he got the car at the end of last season. It was like, yeah, John Boy had a pretty limited financial pool to dip into, so to speak, because he basically got it through hard work and labor, right? The car he's driving now. So yeah.
Yeah. So no, wrong tab. All right.
John Boy's
So
probably thinking of all the good home cooking that he's missing going to the cafeteria.
yeah, and he offers to buy him some lunch, but he's not hungry, so he'll just watch him eat because he's no hurry to get home. Yeah, and then they talk about his stories that he likes to write. Yeah, PvP.
No, I was just gonna say then the rich guy says, "Oh, it's my treat," and he buys them lunch or dinner or whatever the hell it is, and so John Boy kind of goes along with it.
Yeah. Then they're talking about his writing and stuff, and then he got a B+ apparently. Then here you go. They runs into Selena there, and what was her last Selena?
It comes up again.
That's
and
why
again.
I didn't remember. Linville.
Linville. Okay, good
And
memory.
apparently, he asks if she's related to Colonel Linville over at some little dinky little blinkety miss of towns there. And turns out that her father's the one that runs this race that John Boy's going to be entered in. That the Waltons always compete in.
Well, Selena's a local, just like John Boy, right? And our New York friend here treating John Boy to a free dinner or whatever doesn't get that because he's going like, "Oh, who cares about grandparents or great grandparents or like that's who wants to talk about that? Like that's boring crap, right?" And John Boy is going like, "Well, not really. It kind of defines who we are because we're kind of proud of our past in this part of the world." And we might be we might be local yokels to a big city boy, but it does keep our feet on the ground, so to speak. And Selena's a hometown girl too, even though she's been off to maybe a up north college or whatever, but she's still grounded too. And it's like when they find out when Selena and John Boy find out they got relatives that know each other, that I think kind of gives John Boy a bit of an edge with Selena over the big city dude. So yeah, man, I went on a long time there. Sorry.
No, you're totally
Oh,
fine. So yeah, so they finally get news, and yeah, she's asking about. Yeah, he's all excited, and he's gonna. He says it's time for Walton to get his name back on the cup.
that's right.
This cup here kind of reminds me. Our schools are like back in like the 80s and 90s. The rivalries between our the school and the town just north of me there was
Uh
so
huh.
bad there that the that the coaches and the cops are scared to go out in the parking lot because there's being bats and everything out in the fucking parking lot. There being just
Wow.
one big old brawl out in the fucking park. There was one time I think I don't know how true this story was, but they said, but one of the teachers there once said that they even flipped one or tipped over the rival school's bus at one time.
Wow. That must have taken a lot of energy to flip a bus. Like, wow, I'm impressed.
Well, when you got a whole football team, it doesn't take that much.
Oh, I guess if you
Yeah,
got
a
enough
football
jocks
team will do
together.
it.
Yeah, I guess
Just
if you got a squadron of jocks, I guess that'd be quite easy actually.
just
Yeah.
just put the linebackers on it.
Hey, just be thankful your football team wasn't riding the short bus.
Oh, brother. Oh man.
Yeah, no, but these tensions they combined the hockey teams and all that. Oh yeah, because the one game I do remember uh each team had a total had over 200 yards in penalties. Like like we can hear our coach there. He called a timeout there, and he called them out because it's all like personal, no, not personal fouls or like unnecessary rough. Like what's
you're
the
t-
one where
you're talking
it's
hockey,
Sportsmanlike
right?
conduct.
football?
Oh,
Yeah, it's
football.
football.
Okay.
It's like basically unnecessary hit. Like they tackle a player who wasn't even getting the balls and stuff, or they go and hit a player.
Or they
They
do a
hit
cheap
players.
shot where
Yeah,
they do the helmet to the head kind of thing
yeah.
and
That
almost
would be
kill the guy.
unnecessary roughness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, and you can just hear the coach go, "Show some fucking respect, and play like a goddamn. You're supposed to set an example. You're play act like."
That's
He just
probably yeah.
He just went off on. You could hear him yelling all the way up in the stands, just yelling at him. Because it
Wow.
was just. But then they started a new tradition called Battle for the Paddle, where when they when the two teams do play, they have the players like kind of each side always side the paddles every year. It's like so it's full of signatures and that, and whoever wins the game gets the paddle for that year.
Okay.
Do they
And then
get to beat
hey,
the coach of the rival team?
what?
Do they get to beat the coach from the rival team? Because that would make it interesting.
Yeah, well, they're trying to cool tensions and make it just so it's not like at least the bats stopped coming out in the parking lot because they didn't want to hurt the hockey players. The hockey players didn't want to hurt the football players because they have to play hockey with them next season.
So there was hockey players involved then.
Well, see, our school is small, so you got a lot of the football players. They also play basketball and baseball, or they play football, hockey, and track, or whatever, or foot, or they might do cross country, basketball, or cross country, or whatever.
Cross country basketball? I don't think I've ever heard of
No,
that sport.
no, cross country. It's basically you run for 3 miles, 5
Yeah.
miles, or something.
Yeah, I kind of know because we have cross country like winter sports in the Olympics. I'm familiar with cross country, but cross country basketball, that could be quite fascinating actually.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right.
Oh yeah,
Well,
sports.
back to
Good
the
old sports.
episode.
It's amazing how passionate people get about their sports teams though. They just want to kill each other. It's kind of hilarious actually.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're nice meeting each other here. And
I
like
gotta say, Selena's not bad looking. She's kind of cute. I wouldn't kick her out of bed. Just saying.
well, here's the thing. Even like the plain girls, they make an effort to make them look good, decent.
Yeah.
That's true.
As opposed to today, where they'll ugly up the best looking chicks and do everything they can to make the uggos look more presentable.
Well, they feature the uggos if they can, and if they actually happen to have a good, decent looking woman on the cast, that they have to uglify her. Yeah, good point.
What?
Good point.
Yeah, whatever happened to bringing the ugly friend so that you look better? uh, anyhow, something about daylight here. Oh, all the kids they want to go help with the horse and that, so we have this scene here.
Spell chair.
CH.
And notice how Ben here just keeps helping her. I gotta pause it here because Warner Brothers is an asshole.
Yeah, don't get a claim.
And they noticed that Ben was helping them.
You could have been a little bit more subtle.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. So she
Ben's
does manage to spell it though.
Ben's not that subtle though. And then Ben is totally unsubtle here.
Oh, this is totally out of character right here.
Very good. Now, how about Constantinople, Grandma? Want her to spell that also?
You've got a nasty tongue, boy. You want me to take a switch to you?
I don't know if that's out of character or not.
I think Ben is a bit of a smart ass at times in this show.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Grandma,
So-
of course, is perfectly in character because she's always, most of the time, she's being kind of bitchy. So that works too. So
Yeah. God, I remember seeing talk about switches here. I remember seeing a thing here that a guy who was sitting there lipping off. He was with his friend's place there, and the kids started lipping off to the kid's mother there. She goes, I'm gonna whoop you, boy, and he goes, try it. My mom won't let you. So she calls up her mom and tells her she's gonna whoop his boy's ass. And Elder hears over that and go ahead and whoop his ass. She made him go out and pick his own switch on the thing, and he thought being smart there. He grabbed the thinnest. He found this really thin piece of switch. All the other ones were trying to grab big old branches, And here
Right.
he thought he'd get the nice small little thin switch there, and he realized his mistake. All the other kids knew what they're doing as they're laughing at him.
So his ignorance backfired on his bottom, is what you're saying, I think, Carlo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All the other ones got the big old branches, and he grabbed the thinnest.
Oh
little
yeah,
thing.
that would hurt less. Yeah, if it wasn't flexible, of course. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Now that we're done talking about beating kids, let's go back to
Do not clip that. Do not make that one of your 1 minute clips, girl. You might get in trouble.
and I won't get in trouble for the damn live stream. I won't get
Well, let's hope. Let's hope they just overlook it.
in.
Hey, if you got away with the cringe stock I picked like a week and a half ago, you're probably safe.
Yeah. So yeah, they're talking about they finally. Wait, what? Did they manage to get?
That's so good, Grandpa.
Oh, yeah.
Comparing Esther to the mule. That's really great stuff.
Oh yeah, they're still trying to put the saddle on Blue and all that. And what was this?
He's not gonna see it.
Don't get behind him.
Yeah, they're trying to get the ambulance. And Blue just backs up. They thought they could be sneaky with it.
Uh-oh.
Now, notice these kids are in prime in prime position for that horse to put up a big old back kick on them. That's one well trained horse that they got or mule that they got that it didn't but kick one of the kids.
They probably
Yeah, it
had
takes a lot to get them to kick like that.
Yeah.
They're more apt to just run or
I
just
just
sit
love
there
it.
and complain.
This line is so good.
Yeah.
Mule's
Hey!
got the same stubborn streak as Esther.
Yeah.
I just
Hey, be nice to the cat. Sorry, I had to yell at the kid.
no worry.
Who's got
I'm
the
just
same
I'm just
stubborn
thinking.
streak as Esther has?
I'm just thinking. Grandpa probably has a much better chance of riding the mule than he does ever riding Esther again. I'm just guessing.
Please do not put that image in my head, Ed, or I will come up to British Columbia and I'll take a thin switch to you.
I just couldn't resist it because he's comparing his wife to a mule. I mean, come on. And I mean, that stubborn streak, you know what that means, right? Because, Grandpa's always trying to get a little affection, and Esther's like, go away, you old fool. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now they're riding home and they're talking that, and he's thinking, they're talking about the race here, and he's actually thinking of doing it because he has a thoroughbred. He figures he's part of the community, so why not join?
Yeah,
Oh,
why not?
He's got a right to join, for sure.
Yeah. So we got a beautiful horse here.
Yeah.
That is the most beautiful animal I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, that is a beautiful horse.
3 Derby winners. How's that?
No, that. Yeah, so now that's when they're talking about joining the race here. And John Boy's kind of hesitant. He doesn't want him to join because he knows he thinks he doesn't have a chance against that thoroughbred there.
Well, he's basically thinking the big city boy is going to take his thoroughbred horse and beat all, the locals and kind of maybe rub it in their nose that, and John Boy's thinking, oh man, I don't know. Like, I can't say no to the guy because he has a right to enter the horse because he's living here now. But you can tell John Boy's having a lot of sort of dissonant thoughts here, going, well, I can't say no because he's got a right. But at the same time, I'm not really comfortable with the idea that he might, just kind of show all the locals up and pat himself on the back because that's the kind of person he seems to be at this point, right? So I totally understand, where John Boy's coming from at this point.
Yeah, so. Yeah, so that's pretty much sums up the whole scene. Then John Boy takes off, and
It is a beautiful horse, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then Elizabeth comes running out. Then John Boy seems totally just. He just wants to go in. He doesn't want to talk to him. And they managed to get the saddle on the horse.
The
I
donkey.
bet you would grab it. But here's the thing. Look where they got the one strapped there. Strapped there right underneath the. That would bind the horse's legs there and make it harder for the horse to run.
I have no idea. I have no idea how they mount anything on a horse or a mule or whatever.
They should have
It's
two
not on
straps
properly, no.
Yeah, because it should have two straps going down. Because that there, not only with the horse's legs moving, it would completely be chafing and rubbing underneath there.
It seems kind of low down. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and not only that, it hinder the movement of the legs. And then when the horse goes to drop a horse apple there, it get all over the saddle strap.
Well, maybe there's a mistake in the Waltons episode. Unbelievable, but it could have happened, I guess.
I think that's just his plow harness.
Oh, so maybe it's not the racing harness. Okay.
Yeah. No, I do vaguely remember my sisters, they used to wear their hairs and ponies. We're talking about the horse's tail there. I remember my sister always used to wear ponytails. I'd go up to him and ask him, hey, you know what's under a horse's tail? And I'd pull their ponytail and go, horse's ass.
So I'm sure your sisters love being called asses. Like,
Oh, that's where you just yank the hair and just tell them to For a horse
Oh,
that.
I bet they loved you.
Oh, I got the goose eggs and the black eyes to prove it.
Oh boy. Oh well.
Yeah. So now we got a cutscene. Then John Boy is moping around.
He's
And
still
right here,
thinking about still thinking about the big city dude, and he's worried that the big city dude's gonna get the silver trophy and show up all the local boys, and everybody's gonna be pissed off. And well, at least that's what I was conjecturing at this point.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
basically is giving up.
I'm surprised he didn't mention any of that to Pa, though. Though I'm not surprised he didn't, but I'm still thinking he was almost thinking like maybe he should confide in somebody, but of course he didn't. But yeah.
yeah. So
And then, of course, we got another great Pa Walton moment here coming up.
Kids sure did a good job getting Blue used to that sound today, didn't they?
They sure did.
yeah, it's fun. I don't know how I feel about this lighting right here. It's like dark, but yet it's meant to be dark.
Yeah, it fits the time. It's supposed to be night.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
obviously it's they're out on the porch, in the middle of the night. Well, not in the middle of the night, but at nighttime, and there's some light coming through from the windows, obviously, and maybe I don't know. Do they have a porch light at some point? I'm guessing to the left somewhere there might be a porch light or something. So that kind of makes sense, I suppose. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously you don't want the actors doing a dramatic scene, when you can't even see them. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, tell that to him in Picard because it was awfully awkward watching a floating pair of eyeballs and teeth on the whatever ship that they're flying that week on the one Shaw commanded.
What was that? What show was that?
Picard. There's a scene that was so dark in there. They had the actor that was supposed to be Jordy. It was actually LeVar Forge's daughter there. Or LeVar Burton's daughter there. The one that played Geordie LaForge is actually the daughter. But the lighting was so dark on the bridge of the ship. I can't think of what ship they had in season 3. I can't think of the name of the route.
Oh, season 3, Picard. Okay.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
anyhow, the lighting was so bad that when they showed that girl and they said it was LaForge's daughter, all you could see was a pair of floating teeth and eyeballs. I am not even joking.
Well, I watched the first 5 episodes of Picard season 3 and gave up because one of the things I hated was the awful lighting. I just think the lighting is like, who are these clowns? Did they ever learn anything about technique and how to light a scene? Like, it didn't appear so. So yeah.
Well, they forgot to pay the light bill, okay?
Somebody
Yeah.
did. Somebody
They're
forgot
giving-
to pay the writers and the actors, and
They're
Yeah.
giving Patrick Stewart so much, they had to cut somewhere.
I guess. So anyhow, back to the show.
Anyway, back to a good show.
Yeah.
This race must be mighty important to the whole family, huh?
Oh, it is important. Be nice to get the Walton name back on that cup.
Of course, when I was little, I know you used to ride in it. You never.
Yeah. So now this is very important because with this here, they're putting the weight of the family. The way he's made it sound is he put the weight of the family's honor solely on John Boy winning this cup here. He made it sound like it's very important that he wins it, to keep the family honor, So it's putting a lot of pressure on John Boy, which later we can see will affect him more and more as the episode goes on.
That's okay. He's getting older now. He needs that pressure.
Well, John Boy's definitely driven in this episode, and it increases as the episode goes on. And I think Pa mentions the last winner was Grandpa in 1915, I think it is. So it's been a while. It's been like, what, this is 1935 by now. So if it's been like 20 years, I can understand why Pa's kind of reminding John Boy of like, hey, if you can do this, son, we wouldn't mind if you could get our name back on that silver cup.
Oh yeah.
I always love scenes
Never
with
did.
John Boy and Pa, though. They're usually pretty awesome.
Yeah.
When did you?
No, never did. Last Walton win was Grandpa back in 1915.
So that was basically 20 years ago. So Grandpa would be what,
You have been about 50
40, 45-ish, 50-ish?
Yeah.
I think he's in his 70s in the show by this point, is he not?
Yeah, 70, about 70, give or take.
So he would have been maybe 50 or something. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So nobody.
1915.
He can still be in good shape at 50. I know I was.
Yeah. Well, I wonder why John didn't keep racing.
He probably just sucked at racing because he never
He
won.
might have been out on. Him and his brothers may have been out over in Europe at the time.
Well, what about in the 20s and the 30s?
They may have raced then. They're saying that they won.
Yeah. Because I think John would have been 1917 and 1980s when we were in the war. So
World War One.
Well, officially. There's still a great deal of Americans over there beforehand.
yeah, but the government did claim it was because if they were killed or captured, hey man, we didn't know they were over there, man. They had plausible deniability as they're just mercenaries.
Yeah, if they're killed or captured, look at the English flag on their shoulder.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it was like when they had the Spanish Civil War going on between the fascists and the freedom fighters, and there was probably international brigades from many countries, and they were all unrecognized. No nation would actually sanction them because they were all like independent mercenaries, right? So yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually.
Oh yeah, it's happening nowadays. There's a crap ton of Americans in Ukraine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I think there's probably Canadians over there too, actually, Gorilla. I mean, probably, I wouldn't be surprised if there were people from New Zealand, Australia, like a lot of, England, a lot of countries that are over there being independent mercenary types.
Well, yeah, mercenaries on paper.
Right.
And for that matter, it is a scary amount of how many NATO and other allied troops are actually in Ukraine right now. But I doubt YouTube would like us to talk about that because it's sort of internationally illegal.
All right.
Yeah, well, no politics. Let's get back to the episode.
Talking politics. Welcome to Daniel's Hot Topics. Today goes, hi, girl. Wow, what a boring 37th birthday. Been stuck here all day. Home all day. Yeah.
That sounds like a great day, Daniel.
Hopefully can irritate you.
Okay, you're complaining first about being 37. Shame on you, because I wish I was 37 today and stuck at home. Well, there's nothing wrong with being stuck at home. It's not boring. You could definitely have lots of fun, like watching the Waltons with us.
Yeah. Hopefully we can keep you entertained because I already got 4 bookmarks. So
yeah, we got to cheer you up with the rest of this stream there.
Yeah. And I'll have you hear something in a minute here, Daniel.
Hey, wait till you get in your 60s, Daniel. You won't find birthdays boring anymore. You'll be glad to have them.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah. He goes, I'm not complaining about being 37, just being home. Well,
okay.
Go out for a walk.
Thanks for clarification.
I go for a walk and stuff like that. And
yeah, you got a dog, right? Why don't you put a leash on your doggy and take him out for a walk or something, man? Just saying.
Well, he does live in Canada, so that may not be the most safe thing. You don't know when Trudeau's goon squad is lurking behind the next corner.
I've been living in Canada for 65 years, and I've never had an unsafe encounter in my whole entire life. So don't believe the propaganda. And let's not go political, please.
Yeah, let's not go political.
All I know is reality, what I've lived, and the reality I've lived is not what a lot of people are saying these days. So sorry. I have to disagree.
Happy.
All right, I got something here for you, Daniel. Go ahead.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Daniel. Happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha.
Thank you. All right, there you go, Daniel.
That was great.
All right, now back to the episode.
Back to the
I
ranch.
sure tried. I don't know, maybe talent for riding skips a generation.
Well, maybe. Maybe not.
Yeah, now what he says next is very important here, but sometimes that talented stuff skips generations and stuff. But this next thing here is very important. All right, so okay, I hate these long pauses like this.
Boy, you losing interest in this race?
Oh, no. No, really, I'm not.
Since you got back to second, that's kind of strange.
Yeah. That's because he's letting too much be on his mind and worrying there that it's affecting his behavior. And at least in this show here, when someone's acting up, that people actually take a notice of, like in like Star Trek. Oh, someone's acting completely strange. Oh, must be nothing.
That's one strong point of the Waltons is when somebody's out of character, the other characters notice it and they go, what's up with you? And I think we get back to that later in the episode between John and John Boy, because that does come up again.
That's because it's all planned out. They knew why he was acting up. They knew that he was going to go through and work it out. And stuff like new trick, he's just acting out and something's going to happen. No one's going to notice nothing because we don't want them to notice anything.
No, they had that in TNG and DS9 also. It's somewhat in TOS, but not as much. All right.
And not so much in TNG.
Oh, yeah.
But you had Troy there.
Picard singing, going into the 10 forward and singing a sea chant or a sea shanty.
And they noticed that. That was very weird to them.
Yeah, but they didn't question it. But anyhow.
They questioned that a lot.
All right, but anyhow.
You hardly noticed what the kids did with Blue.
I'm sorry. I really am. I didn't show much enthusiasm. I really do appreciate what they did. I really do.
I'm going to tell them then. It's important to them.
Yeah, always acknowledge what's very important to them and all that. And hey, Daniel says thank you very much. And he says you're welcome. Anyhow, speaking of new track, Section 31 wrapped up production on Wednesday. Oh, they actually did go forward with it, huh?
And we'll see what they vomit up onto screens in maybe 6 months.
Yeah.
I will. You just wait. You can be watching my dust.
You know, I bet you're right.
Okay, so there's pretty much that scene. Yeah, Grandpa likes to go
along too.
Dad, there's plenty of work right here.
Oh, Hester, they're in need of my expert advice.
Yeah, Grandpa just wants to go off and play, And he really, if anybody's going to give him tips on that, Grandpa could give him some good tips on riding and stuff.
Yeah.
Right
he can also cheat a lot.
Yeah. Right here.
Grandma is just real worried about him doing something untoward.
Oh,
got to keep the old man honest.
Yeah, well, yeah, I love the banter back and forth here.
As soon as I get the eggs.
Yeah, Grandpa, we'll tell you how he does, all right?
Come on, I bet we beat you there.
Yeah,
You're gonna beat us.
Was this the scene where they made the bet?
Coming up, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. All right.
Well,
so,
we know what Grandpa wants, but
Yeah.
But you break your fool neck.
Oh, I sure wish I was riding Old Blue today.
Oh, you're too old for that kind of nonsense. And what's more, so is Blue.
Oh, come on. Blue's not that old, is it?
now you see,
no.
Grandpa should have come back there as like, I might be too old for riding Blue, but I'm not too old for riding you, old woman. Of course, that would never get past the censors, but
Yeah, that might be a little much.
oh yeah.
You know damn well nowadays they will put that in there.
It just came to mind. I thought this was a great scene, but anyway.
Age has nothing whatever to do with it. It is entirely a matter of spirit. And me and Old Blue's got plenty of spirit. That mule has got what it
Yes, I
takes
got
to
plenty
win.
of gut there, old man.
He says me and Blue, he's got plenty of spirit left.
Oh yeah, Zeb is very spirited man.
Exactly, and I think he's not just talking about spiritual things. He's talking about earthy things as well.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You want to bet?
No, I don't bet.
Oh, come on. Just for fun.
This goes against the core principle with Grandma there because she always gets bad with any type of gambling and all that, but yet somehow Zeb talks her into it.
Well, he says just for fun. It's not like there's any actual wager, right? So it's
But
just
still,
like a
still
fake
gambling.
bet.
It's still gambling.
Besides, he talked her into marrying him. That's pretty big on the don't mess with the heathens thing.
Yeah, well, they did have kids, so there must have been some passion at some point,
Yeah. He's been getting her to bend those rules for quite a long time.
Yeah.
Maybe she's going, if I humor the old fool, maybe he'll lay off you want something more.
Yeah. And Suzanne says happy birthday again, Daniel. He says thanks, Suzanne. And Suzanne, or that's what Suzanne says. PvP, if I was 37 again, you'd be in trouble, LOL.
Oh, I tell you, Suzanne, if I was 37 again, you'd be in trouble as well.
All right.
That's okay. They can make you feel 37 again just in a little bottle.
Please don't let this chat here deprive into talk about what you guys would do to each other. I really do not need any kind of image like that in my head.
Yeah, we already got Grandma and Grandpa's image firmly in our brain thanks to PvP. We don't need another situation.
So this is turning into the seniors' love fest, I'm guessing. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
I'll be willing to
good dirty fun.
make you that herb garden you've been wanting all along.
You would?
And if you lose,
well, I could knit you a pair of those awful Argyle socks.
Okay, what's an Argyle sock? What's Argyle sock?
They're like some horrible pattern, I believe. I think Argyle's a pattern that's really ugly. Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't think I'd accept socks. There we go. See, Grandpa's closing in for a feel here. He's going for it.
hoping some little more person.
He's like, remember this? Remember this old woman?
Yeah. So basically, if Zeb loses the bet, she gets a curb guard. But what Zeb wants, he doesn't get because he wants to go. Ah, he wants the grandma going. Oh Zeb, oh Zeb, oh Zeb.
Well, yeah, that's kind of the feeling I got. Zeb's always on the make, though. Like, it's like they say, the snow's on the roof, but that doesn't mean the fire's out in the chimney, so to speak. So, just saying.
Okay, I've never even heard that.
He has to do something to keep that old heart beating.
The way Blue isn't going to win.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the gist of that.
Oh, she's saying Blue ain't going to win. Grandma, you got to be more optimistic.
Yeah. So anyhow, they're running. he's going up fast enough because he got like only like 8.6. So they keeps running the horse there. And John Boy's getting it. Like Jason's gonna give him a long run. The other ones are gonna smooth him out. They're gonna give him extra oats and that, and then Mary Ellen's all sad. Oh wait, nope, that's not yet. So he got a good outfit coming. Then he falls. They're gonna be late. Oh yeah, he was late. Returns the books to the library. Apparently, what's up with people always showing up right at fucking closing time?
That's probably what the librarians are thinking too, right, Gorilla? It's like, what is
No,
it with
that's
these fucking students showing
everyone
up at
sort of
closing
closed
time?
at the same time. So he probably got out of his last class not 10 minutes before, and he's trying to rush over there before they close up.
Yeah, they would often do that when I was at college. You'd have your last class at like 4 p.m. and you'd have maybe half an hour to make it to the library to, to take out all the books you needed to read for that essay that everybody else was going to take out. So you'd run your ass off over to the library as quickly as you could and grab as many books as you could before everybody else in the damn class grabbed them, because you'd be out of luck if you didn't get there as quick as possible. So yeah, I can relate.
Yeah.
I love the stack of books he has too. Like John Boy is definitely a reader.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, Olivia here's to open the top picture with them. And he's asking her about love. He thinks he found one. They all remember what the fuck's her name? Selena. He's asking Selena. They remember Selena. Blah blah blah. We don't. This ain't the Notebook, so I don't. And John Boy, the gist of this scene here basically is John Boy's asked about Selena. Olivia's remember who it is, and he doesn't think he's good enough because they're from an up class roots neighborhood. But Olivia says something about that he deserves her even if she's from high society. Blah blah blah. Now they got them fighting for some stupid reason there. Ben and Aaron there because oh wait, no, we're at the very out scene.
They're fighting over the donkey, the mule. They're fighting over their chores basically with the mule.
Yeah, and Mary Ellen's like, he got nothing to do. He got Ben doing this, but there's no jobs left for me. And he goes, well, we can use a real good horse blanket and all that. He goes, I can't sew, but she decides she'll give it a try anyhow. Mary Ellen was so out of character. It's like she was being so nice and helpful and not arguing about anything. I almost kind of missed the bitch from the last two seasons.
Well, she's maturing now. She has to slowly but surely move into the role of a woman instead of the bratty little kid she was.
Yeah, so she said she'll go ahead and give it a try. So, yeah, then you got Aaron and Ben fighting over them, and so they're gonna take turns to work on a schedule. So he'll take it out for an hour after supper, then she can come in after him, and blah blah blah. Then they were talking about the ladies. They just had to put up with them because they're becoming ladies, and then they'll have to deal with Elizabeth after that.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate. They can't wait that out.
John Boy's got it all figured out pretty good here so far.
Yeah.
In spite of going to college and having his studies in the daytime.
Yeah. All right. PvP says, me too, Suzanne. And Suzanne says, don't be hated on elderly passion monkey man. Hey, I'm not hating. I just don't want to. I just don't want the visions in my head. That is all. And Suzanne says, I'm in a goofy mood tonight. LOL, Suzanne, and we're getting a bunch of space. But I gotta say, that is a beautiful car. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. Can you imagine how much that car, if you had the original car, like in a mint condition like that was never restored, can you imagine how much that damn car would be worth today?
Oh, that thing would be worth lots of money.
I could
Hey.
retire if I had that car. Yeah.
Tell me, what do you think of this car? What do you think of this car? He says it's cool. He says it's cool.
It is cool.
I think it's a beautiful. It might be the Chrysler 6 or whatever.
It does look like one, yeah.
So what do you think? It'd be about what, $150, 200?
Huh. I bet it'd be worth.
Back
Well,
then-
somebody Google it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It'd probably be worth like 150,000 today. You know, I would bet.
No, but I'm talking about like the price to buy it back then, brand new.
Oh yeah, everything. Wow.
That wouldn't have been brand new. The Chrysler 6 would have been about 10 years old at the time.
Okay, so used car. So
Yeah.
probably about $75 then.
Everything seems cheaper back then, though, because of inflation, right? So.
Yeah. So
But then when you think
anyhow.
of, if you think of the hourly wage most people are earning, it probably hasn't changed all that much. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about. I can't remember what they're talking about. They're talking about Selena.
Yeah, he was going to invite Selena out to ride Thunder, and John Blaze, no, I got real shit to do. Like, sorry, thanks for the invite, but no thanks.
In other words, fuck you. I don't want to be around you.
By the way, the name of the horse, Thunder Bay. There's actually a city in Ontario called Thunder Bay. Just a little nugget there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's in.
So, yeah.
It's actually one of the unusual cities. It's in actually Western Ontario, which is mostly empty because there's a lot of mountain ranges, but it's probably the biggest city in Western Ontario, actually, Thunder Bay. And I actually have a friend that lives there, so I noticed that when they mentioned the horse's name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So so now they're getting ready for the horse race and all that, and so they're getting them all signed up and blah. Yeah, and apparently the one guy got a mule from a moonshiner. So
It could
the
be
horse.
fast.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the Godsey sisters didn't have a fast mule that could enter in this contest.
Oh, hey, Zeb won this twice.
Nice.
I wonder how they did that. On there, did they just like
chip them in twice?
Stamp and a hammer.
Yeah, it was probably engraved. I'm guessing because that's what they usually do on silver cups and awards and shit. They usually engrave it, right?
Yeah. Well, they have to add a name every year, so that's why I was wondering.
You could do that. I mean, lots of trophies are like that. There's tons of trophies in semi-amateur, amateur competitions where they'll add the name every year of the individual or the team that won. So yeah, easy enough to do.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking of, the stamp and a hammer. That just go along with the stamp.
No, I think it'd be more like engraving, like using a tool to carve it out. But I could be wrong.
All right. So anyhow, now here he meets says Selena's grandpa and all that. There, she's been talking about him, and blah blah blah. So you'll see him Saturday. Did Grandpa fall off? Oh, right face first into the puddle.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
He gets up and he starts.
That Chrysler that kid was driving was about $1,400 new. So about 10 years depreciation on that. So give it about $1,000 back then.
Yeah. How much is that nowadays?
A lot of money back then.
I have no idea.
So $1,000. So $1,000 in 1935. That
guess-
so it's a $22,000 car. So
Yeah, I figured
Not bad.
good chunk of change. Yeah.
so you said 1,500 brand new.
1,400 brand new. That would have been about 10 years before this time period.
So you're talking 1925.
So
Yeah.
basically, 1925. I was gonna say because that's
Yeah, his daddy would have bought it new for him, or for the family in 1925, being as well off as they were up in New York.
What? Wait, so that says $24,000, but if I go by. Okay, explain something to me here. $1,400 in 1935 would be $32,048.09 today's money, right? But if I go to 1925 to 2024, it's only $24,823.38.
It could have been because the Depression hit.
Yeah, massive deflation.
Don't forget there was the roaring 20s when everybody was living it up like there was no end to anything, and then the Depression hit a short time later, and that would have devalued almost everything. It would have subtracted from the value of things. So I can see that actually being a real thing, Gorilla.
Yeah, it's basically the opposite problem that we have today.
Yeah, it was
back then.
It was deflation.
Commodity prices crashed back then compared to now, where commodity prices are shooting up through the roof.
Yeah, exactly. It was like this when the stock market crashed, and I remember those stories about millionaires jumping out of high-rise buildings and committing suicide because they lost everything in a day. Like, wow.
That's more of a myth because I think they said they can only contribute like 8 people to actually doing that.
Yeah, but it still happened, right? Even if it was only 8 people, it's like a part of history, right? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, back at the Waltons episode.
Suzanne says it's a town.
Yeah. Here, since we haven't played this in a while.
Yeah, Lemon.
Damn it, Gorilla, get back on track. I got shit to do today.
And hey, Scurvy, how's it going? And yeah, Suzanne says my boy. It says stuff like that to me when I talk about my younger years. Grandma, you young, LOL. That's everybody. And it goes, it's a town. My youngest girl lives there. Oh, cool. And you got Scurvy. He says hi, and how do you know? All right, he's gonna go sign up, and John Boy's all covered in mud. Then, Ben wants to race Blue next year. There. And Elizabeth there. And she asked if Blue was a thoroughbred, and everybody laughed at her. I thought that was kind of cute, and it's an innocent question.
Yeah, explain. You can technically call him a thoroughbred, just not a thoroughbred racer. He may be the world's greatest plowing mule.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see a mule win the Kentucky Derby anytime soon, are we?
Well, he could.
Not that I have anything against mules, but,
Yeah. PvP, can you read this?
I certainly can. PvP, if eggnog goes way up high in price, stay away from skyscrapers. Oh, no worries. No worries there, Lemon. No worries there. I'm not inclined to. I've been through a lot of tough times in long life, and yeah, I ain't jumping out of any. Well, the only thing I won't say what I would jump on, but because that might be a little too rude. But anyway.
Oh, we already have those pictures. We don't need confirmation.
Oh God! Sometimes I should just shut my mouth earlier than I do. By the way, Thunder Bay is a small community in Western Ontario that 2021 census had a population of just under 109,000. So it's not like
Yeah.
a megatropolis, but it is a decent city.
All right. Yeah, and so Mary Ellen offered to go, didn't put up an argument about about going to do dishes, and they're all like, "I hope she stays this way." They're all missing her. They're wondering what's up. So John Boy's going to bed. Then here they make lunch plans, blah blah blah. She's talking about how she missed her class there. And they're asking about the mule. Basically, small talk.
But she likes John. You can tell she likes him, and she's like, "Hey, come have lunch with me." And he's like, "Hell yeah, I'll have lunch with you." Darn rights. And of course, then
Yeah.
it doesn't work out.
And grandma's teaching her how to sew, and she goes, she didn't grow. Oh.
Now there. I'll hold this.
Oh, it's hopeless. I'm just not any good at this.
Now, do you think I was born with a thimble on my finger, child? It takes practice. And a blanket for a mule is a good thing to practice on.
Yeah, she has a good point there.
Yeah.
Grandma's
She may be starting a little late, but better late than never.
Grandma's point is completely valid. It's like everybody's born completely ignorant of everything, and the only way we get good at anything is to put in hours of trying to learn about it. So, power to grandma. I'm a big grandma fan in that scene.
Yeah. And so she's on her way to go meet John at the cafeteria there. Professor comes up and goes, "Hey, you can make up the test, but you have to do it now." So basically, she has to go there. And too bad this ain't the time of cell phones where she can just text and go, "Hey, something came up. I have to go here." Poor John Boy's sitting there waiting, and she never shows up. But she gets it done time, and she sees he's gone. She goes looking for him. She runs into this guy. He offers to take her to a bakery, to a store.
Candy
and
store.
John Boy's just leaving, and sees him walking down, and you can tell he was pissed. So you can tell he was pissed because he's seeing them two walk together. He thought she ditched me for him.
He's thinking, she blew him off for the city slicker, basically, is what John Boy's thinking.
Yeah.
Bad enough he hoards in on his race. Now he's hoarding in on his girl.
Exactly. And John Boy's feeling really, it's like, okay, you want to take this away from me? You want to take that away from me? It's like, okay, I'm getting pissed off at this point. So, yeah. He takes it up on the kids, of course,
Well, instead of getting pissed off, he could have just played his cards right and just tag teamed.
I'm not touching that one.
Yeah, let's go to the next scene.
I don't know what's better. You make a good comment, everybody's just like, nope, I'm not. Or you get that where you get the whole panel going, wow, did he just?
Yeah, I have to pick and choose, because if I bit every time, I'd be like a fish on the line getting reeled in too many times. So
yeah. Well, I am a fisherman, but no, like, you guys were like, I'm not touching that. Let's just go to the next scene. Versus, where I was listening to Question Trek on Sunday. There, that one of the questions was, what ship was Jordy's mother on, or something like that. I put in the chat, the USS Boeing, because the airlock fell off. And the whole panel's just like, wow.
Oh, God. Yeah, John Boy's really pissed off here.
Oh, yeah, and he just starts barking orders that the guy keep working, and then we get the scene.
Well, yeah, Pa's going, what the hell's wrong there, son?
Yeah, they had a nice touch here with him being all sweaty and dirty.
Well, he's been working in the mill all day, right? So it's perfect.
Yeah.
Back when actors weren't afraid to get a little dirt on them.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, like John Boy wasn't afraid to fall in that slimy pond earlier in the episode, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because this is a beautiful touch. You know, nowadays they've had no sweat, no all clean and stuff. This is
That's
a
what I
nice touch.
like. That's what I like about
Oh, children.
vintage programs. They weren't afraid to make the actors look ugly if the scene made sense, right? And it does make sense here. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Daddy, everything I said was the truth. They haven't been working hard enough. Blue has got to look better than any other animal in that race. He's got to be in better condition, and his coat has got to be shinier.
So basically, he has to make it look nice and pretty, but you're not gonna make a mule look better than a thoroughbred.
Nope. But you
I mean,
can come close.
John Boy just wants to win that race at all costs at this point, and Paul is figuring out. Are you sure your motivations are in a good place, there, son?
Yeah.
They've been working their fingers to the bone, son. You got to remember, Blue's only a mule.
Carl Jenkins is planning to come riding in there dressed to the nines on that blue-blooded racehorse of his, and all he wants to do is make Blue and me look like a couple of country hound dogs, and I aim to show him who he's dealing with.
What's wrong with looking like a bunch of country hound dogs?
But
Hound
that's
dogs are beautiful dogs.
Not too much, but he's looking to impress a woman.
But the thing is, that's the first honest thing John Boy said to Pa in the whole episode, and finally, it's coming out what his actual motivation is. He doesn't want to get shown down by the rich New York City kid. He doesn't want to have the New York City guy stealing his love interest, and he's really pissed off. And I think what follows with Pa is very good advice.
John Boy.
You know, that's the one thing I like about this show, but yet it can be quite annoying. You got those long pauses, the subtle head movements, like, really, I gotta fucking talk to you like this, you know? Fine. You know, but he has a long pause, like he has to actually think like he's saying.
Isn't that like real life, though? Sometimes we have to pause and think our thoughts before we speak them, Gorilla?
Yeah, just the way he moved his head, like, oh, I'm gonna have to give you a big old ass chewing here.
I don't know. I always found the Waltons quite realistic. That's one reason I love the show so much.
Yeah. Well, here, I'll show you the head movement again.
A couple of country hound dogs, and I aim to show him who he's dealing with.
All right, now watch the head movements right here.
Yeah,
Just
that's a little.
Yeah, it's just
disappointed in you, kid. Thought you were better than that.
Yeah, I raised you better, boy. Oh, boy, don't make me take a switch to you, boy.
I just think Paul always has to think 2 or 3 times before he speaks something to the kids because he wants to say something that makes sense to them, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I want you riding this race.
What?
I don't want you representing the family with that kind of attitude. This race has to be run for the fun of it. You're turning it into a mean and spiteful thing.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, he had to put the foot down because this is a good lesson, especially for like the kids in that you know this race you're representing when you go into these races like this, or you go out and you're doing stuff with the community and all that. You represent your family there, and the perfect example, like town I live in, the guy who owns the dealership in the town I work in, his kids are complete assholes, and because of that, there's quite a few. There's a few people there. They won't even do business with them because their kids represent the family as a bunch of assholes.
Reputation has a lot to do with a lot of things, doesn't it, Gorilla?
Yeah. Well, when I was first getting my job there, my parents always told me, you get the job on our reputation, you keep it on yours.
That's very wise advice. Yes.
Yeah, we're in such a small town here. Everybody knows that. Everybody, you know, I got my job. Well, actually, I got my job because my sister was actually the one that got me the job because she was working 2 jobs there and she wanted to go work at the one that paid more that day. She goes, "Well, I can't come in to work this day, but hey, my brother can. My brother will come in and do dishes."
Hey, good sister.
And that's how I got hired. That's literally how I got hired.
That's awesome, man. Like your sister put in a good word for
you.
That's great.
Well, both of my sisters worked in there. My other sister, she's like the second daughter to Nadine and all that. So basically, I got hired because of my parents and my sister. But I kept the job on because of I was able to. I did the job, so there's a reason I was everybody's favorite dishwasher.
It's the same experience for me. Like I got my job through somebody else that because I looked for months and months and months trying to find a job, and finally there was somebody I knew that said, "I think you'd be good at this job," and they put my word in and called up, the CEO or of the company, and I got a what is it, a job follow or job watch or and I went in for somebody else for 3 hours and I watched what was going on and she offered me the job right away that day and I was like, okay, I'll give it
Yeah.
a shot. And I've been there 4 years now. So yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Germ, can you read chats here? Well, I'll be right back.
Okay, where'd you leave off?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be away
guys,
too for a minute.
right here.
Oh, eggnog is now
Eggnog.
50 Canadian per ounce. Man, lease off front highways. No. Well, I don't know who that man is, but it won't be me because I'm not in Toronto. So yeah.
That'd probably be the closest high rise to you, though. Unless you can find something in
Oh,
Vancouver.
there's lots of high. Actually, there's high rises in my city here. They're about 60 stories high. So we do have high rises here. And yes, Suzanne did send me an awesome recipe for eggnog. Once again, thank you, Suzanne. And when I have the time, I'm going to try and mix that up one of these days.
Village Suzanne lives in is about 200 people, they say. Wow, that's smaller than Gorillas.
Yeah. Well,
my apartment complex is bigger than that.
Well, the town just north of me is 64 people, so. Alrighty, back to the episode here.
I was planned on winning this race. Don't you want me to win it?
Yeah, I want you to win, but I want you to win with the right spirit. You're not going to feel good, son, winning this race just to prove you're better than someone else.
Well, that's all he's been doing right from the start.
Well, actually, that's just the way he's been interpreting it. The other guy just wants to feel like part of the community. But John has a good point there. Yeah, if you're just gonna do something to prove that you're better than someone else, you're not gonna feel good about it. Basically, what he's.
I don't know. It feels pretty good to win out of spite.
Yeah, well, maybe.
You can't ride this for the sport of it. Please don't ride at all.
All right, so yeah. So Grandpa's giving him the pin that he won for his first race there, and Grandpa's telling him the secret to winning. Basically, I don't know how all they have to do is go to the top of the mountain and circle a tree and come back, like they can take any route they want. But that doesn't seem like it. You think you'd want them all running the same route just to make sure no one's cheating.
Well, it's kind of hard to cheat to get a horse or a mule up that hill.
Yeah. So they're all thinking they're entering. And she comes here, and she basically apologizes. He said there's nothing to apologize for. It's just a misunderstanding. But it still sounded like he was pissed off. He sounded like he was still kind of like a little just pissed off about it, but I guess he understood.
Well, I think John Boy was obviously he had every reason to be pissed off because he thought he got stood up for another guy, right?
Yeah.
But then when she said, would you, be my escort or whatever after the race, it's like John Boy is like, well, I can't be that stupid. I mean, she's inviting me to, spending time with her, so I'd have to be an absolute moron to turn down this little lovely lady here. So he snaps back to reality at that point, I think.
And,
pretty close to it.
Yeah.
And holy crap! Breaking news: there was a terrorist attack in Moscow.
Oh, another one? Are you kidding me?
40 dead and 100 injured in the bombing.
Yeah.
ISIS claimed responsibility. They just came.
Yeah,
They just got
and
the notification.
CIA happens to be trending on X right now
So
for
that's not
reasons.
in the chat. I don't see that in the chat.
No, I just got a notification on my phone for it.
Oh, jeez. Does it ever end? I have a couple of people I know from YouTube channels over in the UK. There's one I followed for many years, and the husband and wife I follow went to a concert the night. I don't know if you guys remember, like maybe 3-4 years ago, there was that terrorist attack in London where they murdered a
Mm.
bunch of people on on London Bridge with machetes or whatever. And these two people I knew were only like a couple of miles away from that, attending, I think it was a Depeche Mode concert that night. And thank God they were not anywhere near the mayhem, but they were only like 2 or 3 miles from, where people were being murdered. And it just, it makes you think and wonder and fear. I'll never give in to fear, but it just makes you aware of the lunatics we have in this world that perpetuate that kind of garbage. And I think that's one reason why we choose to spend our time here, Gorilla, having fun, talking about things we love, and sharing uh, something like the Waltons with each other, because we kind of refuse to give in to all that doom and gloom and negativity in the world.
Yeah. And where did we leave off on chats there, Germ?
Right here. Hello, Pop
Yeah.
Culture.
Hey, Pop, how's it going? Hope you're feeling good tonight.
Hi, I'm Pop.
Scurvy says, hey, Pop. And hey, Mikey, welcome. If only
Mikey.
shows like this allowed for a bit more reality, I'd watch more than more. Yeah. We give away to reality TV, which just sucks. And Mike says, hello, Sir Livin. Mikey, hey. Mikey, hello. Everybody's saying hi to each other. And Suzanne says, thank me after you try it. Oh, the eggnog recipe. Hey, hello. Hope you're doing well, Pop. Death is everywhere, guys. Back to life. Yep. And Suzanne will be right back. Okay. So let's get on with the race here.
Death is not the problem, Mikey. It's when fanatics inflict death on innocent people, that is the problem. I don't have a problem with death because we all are going to get there one day. But shortening an innocent person's life because you have a political or religious agenda, I think is a bit disgusting. But, that's just what I believe. Anyway, back to the Waltons.
Yeah. So anyhow, they're all meeting Selena. They're all excited to meet her. Line up the races, and they start racing. And here, I can't remember what the bet was.
Here we are again. I suppose you're here to gloat that the Walton name goes back on the cup? Well, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. John Boy Walton's name will adorn that cup.
Yeah, Zeb is awfully confident there. He's proud of his Walton play in there.
Zeb's a big fan of John Boy.
Yeah, but I cannot remember.
Yeah,
he loves his grandson.
And he has some inside information.
Yeah, and I cannot remember what the bet was, but
I don't believe he makes a bet with him.
It don't really matter as long as he wins.
Yeah.
Might not. Would you care for a little wager? Yes, I would, but tell the truth, I've already got a wager on with a certain party. All right, Zeb. Good luck.
We know who that is.
Oh, yeah.
Zeb's only thinking about a little slap and tickle, not about anything else.
Yeah. So basically, they all told them to have a good time. The race will start, and then, right here, this is so stupid. Right here.
Oh,
he fires the gun.
Uh-oh.
Everybody ready?
Look at the way he's holding that gun. That
Right
barrel gets that
right
blow his figure. He'd be burning his fingers from the barrel.
Yeah, and he's pretty close to his face too, right? Like,
oh yeah, one good jerk and he'll be like the warden in Shawshank Redemption.
well, wouldn't you like put the gun up in the air like a couple of feet away from yourself and pull the trigger, like,
or pointed at the ground?
Well, just point it away from yourself.
Yeah. No, yeah, but one good recoil, he's gonna end up like the warden on Shawshank Redemption.
It is a starter pistol.
But still, safety first. Okay, he did race it up. He did race it up.
Okay.
So yeah. So they all off there, all hop in the car to go racing. They're racing cross country, and John Boy's always in the back. But you notice there's always slight things that were scaring the horses here and there. Then John Boy takes a little detour. John Boy decides to go straight up while everybody else was following the trail. I don't know who had a better idea. John Boy taking the shortcut going straight up, or them all following a trail.
I
I'd
think
rather
John
go
Boy,
to your advantage.
he was counting on a mule being able to run uphill faster than a horse. So that was his strategy, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those horses may be fast, but they're like a Porsche 911. You try to take that off-roading. Nice smooth pavement, 100 times faster. You get some bumps and hills up there. No way in hell it beats any type of 4x4.
Yeah. They're right here. Yeah, so they're cheering on. He shaves gravel for Ben and gets him, and now they're racing downhill. They all hop back in the truck and take off down the road. And he's racing, and John Boy takes our shortcut going straight down. It seems like it slowed him down, but it's a straight shot. So then they cheer.
Well, I realized pretty quickly that there was no set racing, no race pattern. Like you could go off, on the tangent up the hill or down the hill or whatever. So that definitely made a big difference in John Boy's success, right?
Yeah. Then right here it says. That's a nice motorcycle that he has. I like it. They don't make those like that.
Yeah, that'd be. Oh man, I bet that thing would be worth a big amount of bucks today too. Because I'm sure there's motorcycle collectors that would love to have that in their collection.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. Like it's got some transportation too.
Yeah. And here they come around the bend. And here John Boy comes out of nowhere like, "Hi, bitches! Kiss my ass."
Well, it was a very, very tense ending. I mean, we didn't know whose ass was going to get kissed at the end, but it did work out for the best.
Yeah, like 40 feet. Now notice that they're doing very slow motion here. I don't know how I feel about this.
I think it's for dramatic effect.
Yeah.
They just want to make sure everyone can see John Boy winning.
Yeah. Yeah, so they have blue one. They're all accelerating. He was looking to right here. That's what I want to play.
Starting anyway. What color socks you want? Oh, Western.
So basically, Deb's going to give her herb guard anyhow, but I guess he gets random colored socks, whatever yarn she has left. So he's going to get leftover small yarn balls of different colored socks.
Well, I think Zeb's given up on here, and he's like, "Okay, you old woman, if you want to be miserable, I'm just going to go have fun and celebrate with the rest of the Walton family about our name on the trophy again after 20 years." Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't really want the socks anyway.
Yeah. And
Pops he doesn't want the socks.
Yeah. And Pop here says, "Hey, Suzanne." And Pop says, "Hail to Gorilla in the panel."
Hi again,
Well,
Pop.
hail to you too. Now, what size hail are you throwing at me, Pop? Because I can handle pea and marble size hail, but I don't know if I can handle golf ball or softball size hail.
You're gonna get golf ball hail when that storm hits in a day, there, Gorilla.
No, it's just gonna be snow. But it pops his hail at Gorilla's Rainbow Thoughts in the panel. So I'm asking what size hail it's gonna be.
Yes, I do get the joke.
Yeah, Suzanne says, news just popped up. Seems you Americans are having a huge measles outbreak countrywide.
That's old news.
Oh, yeah, that's old news. It's only like 1 or 2 cases here and there. It's not like a huge outbreak.
It's less than 3 dozen nationwide. It's big news because it's clustered.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lemon's saying 64 cases, US, 24 in Canada. So I wouldn't say that's a huge outbreak when you're
No.
talking like millions and millions and millions and millions of people. So yeah.
Yeah, and really, yeah, the only reason it seems like it's big now is because like Americans and Canadians are vaccinated mostly, and the other parts of the world aren't. It, but that's a whole different song here.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it's scurvy. I haven't seen it here yet, but our mainstream media, yeah, it's
Yeah,
reports.
I haven't had measles in like I don't know 50 something years when I was a little kiddo. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I got my vaccinations and yeah.
Yeah, and Mikey says, guess who plays Selena in Louisville, guys? Kathleen Quinlan, who later did Twilight Zone, the movie. Okay, cool. That says best in ball size. Well, I think the largest hail ever recorded was volleyball size hail over in South Dakota. There, in I think it was Canton, South Dakota. And that's the 14 states. And Scurvy says, what people won't say to me as we keep things that we got rid of the south of the border. All right, let's get
Yeah.
back to the episode here.
Yeah,
So this guy,
let's finish the episode.
yeah, because because we're gonna be watching Ghostbusters, the Frozen Empire tonight. So
What, you're watching Ghostbusters?
yeah, the Frozen Empire tonight, or whatever it's called, Frozen.
You're not in on stream
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, no, me and my kid are gonna watch that.
Okay, good. Because
I'm
I got I gotta do my laundry in a little while
yeah,
anyway.
yeah, I'm totally watching legally. I know to our esteemed people listening, I am totally gonna be watching it legally. I know the guy to our local movie theater, so we'll leave it at that. All right, so this guy's looking totally pissed that he won the. He lost the race. He's pissed at John Boy. Like, how did the fucker beat me? How did he fucking beat me? Then he goes celebrating. He goes, "Oh yeah, and me 40 more feet. You have had me." They're all gonna go get lemonade together, and John Boy's buying. And now we get to our prologue here, or our epilogue. That sense of pride and confidence that my mother and father instilled in us as a family was shaken occasionally, but in all, it stood us in very good stead when we left Walton's Mountain and went to make our way in the larger world. We were always able to fall back on those rich and true feelings that we learned as children. Alrighty, so that's our episode tonight. What do you guys' thoughts?
Well, pretty average, I think. I'd go with a B minus. Not the greatest moral story, but still pretty good. I think this is about where Walton's starting to peak out.
Okay. What about you, PvP?
I actually really enjoyed this one because um, I found the first two a bit unusual and out of context for the Waltons as a series. Even though I thought they were excellent episodes, don't get me wrong, but I actually kind of like this one because it was kind of a return to form in the sense we were back to like daily, day to day existence on Walton's Mountain. You know, with the whole, the race and yeah, I just thought this one was really good. I mean, it's not too complex. Maybe that's one reason I liked it so much because the story was fairly basic, but I thought it was very well told. I thought the writing was solid. I liked the interaction between, the family, the way, John Boy, was kind of uh, commanding all the kids to do their part. And then, when he got frustrated later on, he was like, "Oh, you all suck," or whatever. And, Pa's like, "Those kids have been working their ass off, John Boy. Like, are you sure? Like, you need to give them some credit." And I love the last, God, what it was like the last 10 or 15 minutes of the episode where it was all about the race and it was all about, the camera work and the editing. And we had the horses and the mules and everybody racing. And I actually really got into that sequence. I really enjoyed that. Um, so to some people, I'm sure the 15 minutes or so of the actual race would be padding, but it wasn't for me. I actually really got into it, enjoyed it, and I really like this episode. It's not, of course, the best, but I think it's damn good, and I actually enjoyed it more than the last two, even though the last two were great. But I'm going to give this one an A minus. I really like this episode. I thought it was very entertaining, well written, and yeah, I guess that's about it, guys. I really like this episode.
Yeah. All right. All right, and I do got a poll in the chat here. I'll be ending it after I give my review. Then we'll see what the people have to say there. As for me, it was an all right episode. I mean, yes, you got Thoroughbred, and it's a little bit entertaining, but it's like it seemed you could tell that the two stories weren't mending very well and stuff. I'm gonna give it a B. I was entertained, but yet there's a couple of times I was sitting there looking at my watch and going, is it done yet? All right. So Mikey says, we've been hit by snow all day today here in Toronto, 24 degrees Fahrenheit, already over 3 feet of snow so far with more Saturday. Are you sure it's 3 feet and not 3 inches? And Mikey gave it a solid B plus for me, 3 out of 5. And PvP says I'm such an optimist. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the poll. All right, pop out chat. All right, so then present, share screen. Alrighty. So how would you rate this episode? 50% give it an A plus to an A minus, 33% give it a B plus to a B minus, and 16% here said I'm just here to see what stupid shit Gorilla says. With 6 votes.
So you can actually invent your own poll results, Gorilla.
Well, if you're gonna give it to an F D to an F minus, you wouldn't listen to a review. You're just gonna
No,
here to see what people.
I didn't even know that was possible to do that, but that's pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, instead of having a D to an F their rates there, it's just what stupid shit is girl gonna say tonight.
Well, that makes sense to me. I still think it's kind of magic you did that, but oh well. Hey, did you notice 50% of the people watching agreed with my assessment? Like, I'm patting myself in the back right now, patting myself literally on the back.
All right, Mikey. How about hey? You should take a quick video showing outside how all the snow you got outside there, because I still don't think that's 36 inches of snow. You're saying a 24-hour period there. So yeah, all right. But with that, thank you, Mikey Seuss 4 for coming. He'll have 4 streams coming up here after April 1st. One of them's gonna be the AT reviews. Another gonna be topic time. He'll have his webcams. His last video he did explains what all of his new streams coming up will be there. So make sure to check out Mikey Seuss 4. He's a real nice guy. Wonderful. And thank you, Scurvy, for coming here. Always a pleasure to have you in the chat. We always look forward to your eggnog jokes. And thank you, Suzanne, for being our moderator tonight. Right there. So we learned some interesting stuff there, and always a pleasure to have you in the chat there. And thank you, Pop Culture Curator, for coming. Pop Mondays does his Lost in Space reviews, but this Monday will be a Rumblings from the Lab since Joe will be out of town. So then on Tuesday will be the horror sci-fi stream. I'm not sure what we're going to be reviewing right at the moment. And then on Wednesday will be 2 episodes of Gilligan's Island to be reviewed. Then Saturday will be the Rumblings from the Lab. Will you stop it, you fucker? Oh, sorry, I was getting bit by the cat.
Oh no.
And thank you, Daniel's Hot Topics, for coming. He likes to do a stream with his friend Steampunk. And do we got Ole Greg in the chat? Hey, welcome, Ole Greg. We're just closing up. You gotta go back and review the stream because I'm gonna have I got quite a few spots bookmarked on this one here. Here, you got some of the commentary we had. I think you'll enjoy it.
Hey, I
Or
just
look forward to his shorts coming up.
I just put a thumbs up and nobody else has thumbed up. I'm the only one. So what's with that, guys? Where's the thumbs up?
Yeah.
We need thumbs up. Some thumbs up, please, guys.
Yeah. And thank you, LDG hashtag free the net for coming. If you ever need IT help or need a place to hang out, there's always freethenet.org/underground. So make sure to check that out. And that was everybody that I'm aware of. Sorry. All right. Everybody say hi to each other here and have a good night, Suzanne.
Good night, Suzanne.
Yeah, Ole Greg says I will rewind the show. Yeah, there's a reason we got that disclaimer there tonight. All righty. PvP, what do you got going on? Oh, and Ole Greg, he does spoiler-free reviews on his channel, so make sure to check that out. I gotta still go back and watch a couple of those shows there. Yeah, we got 7 thumbs up tonight. Sweet.
Oh, that's better.
All right, PvP, what do you got going on?
Oh, not much. I haven't done much on my channel the last couple weeks because I've had some real life issues I'm dealing with, and I may or may not add some more music to my channel this week, but hopefully I'll get back in the groove by next weekend. But yeah, not much going on actually other than that, Gorilla. So I guess I'll keep it pretty short. Yeah, nothing much to report really.
All right, and
by the way, you are doing the Sunday cinema with the next Lord of the Rings movie.
Yep, at 2. Let's make it. Let's make it 4:00 Central Standard Time. That'd be 2:00 your time. That work?
It should. That's on Sunday, because usually I'm on with Jill, doing our Man from Uncle Avengers streams, which are usually 10 in the morning my time till around 1 o'clock my time, depending on how many away missions Jill has to do with her kids. So that should give an hour-long cushion. So that should work. But I'm not even sure if Jill's going to be on Sunday because I haven't talked to her about that yet. So yeah, just go for 2 Pacific time, and if I let you know, if there's a problem, I'll message you in the next day or two, Gorilla.
All right. And yes, again, happy birthday to Daniel there. And Ole Greg says that, yeah, Shatner's birthday today. Oh, yeah, let's remember. 93 is still killing AIs, Greg. Is it? No, that's next Sunday.
It's Good Friday is next Friday. Not today, but next Friday.
Yeah, it's week off. All right, Jerm, what do you got going on?
Well, we got Tuesday Andromeda for Sci-Fi Cinema. The roundtable on Thursday, and tomorrow we actually have a tie right now, so I'm gonna have to borrow your kid for a second to break that tie.
Hey, Minnie, come here, Minnie. Hey, Jerm has a question for you. All right, just a sec, he's coming.
No.
All righty, he's here.
Okay, kid. Pick either Alf or Zim.
Alf or Invader Zims?
Elf. Because that's
there we have it.
that other movie is I've never seen it.
Invader Zim. Your mom hasn't shown you Invader Zim yet?
No.
Oh, we're gonna have to fix that this weekend. So Alf won.
Okay, so tomorrow, 8 a.m. Pacific time, we'll be watching Alf the animated series.
All righty. As for me, Justified there, or wait, no, Wednesdays will be Justified watch party. We're And we're ending season 4 and going into season 5 on there. Thursday we're watching Left Behind by Kurt Cobain or something.
Kurt Cameron.
Kurt
Cameron.
Cobain? Are you talking
Kurt
about
Cobain is an entirely different, much more sad guy.
Okay,
Yeah.
Kurt Cameron. There. Our
That's
next
a different
Waltons.
guy.
Our next Waltons episode is, I believe, The Runaway. Hey, that's season 2. I want season 3, damn it.
Yeah, let's
Where'd I
get
go?
this right.
Yeah, season 3, episode 4, The Runaway. When the rest of the Walton family fails to pay attention to a personal tragedy in his life, Jim Bop runs away from home. I think I remember that episode.
I remembered a lot of these actually.
Yeah.
Because I guess we're getting to the point now where I started watching the show more often.
Yeah. And now tomorrow we're reviewing the AI robot movie Megan, which I think LDG said he'll join us for it. Then Sunday we are watching the extended edition of Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. There. And Greg says, God warned you that it would stop the car and put you out. All right. So that you guys have a good night and remember to be a gorilla.
Good night, guys.